Welcome back for part 2 of my Wonder Weapon ranking series. Today will be spent in Black Ops 2 going through all of its Wonder Weapons. Now with branching upgrades and elemental upgrades, we have to introduce some new rules for this and how I'm going to handle it. I will be looking at these weapons as their best forms, however, the naming of them can get strange then. For making things as easy as possible, I will verbally refer to these weapons as their simple recognizable form and name, but on screen we'll display the upgraded form that has a more complex name. This is going to be most important when we start getting into games like Black Ops 3 with weapons spelt in that Apothicon style. I won't have a single clue how to say those, so I won't, and instead I will call them by the name that people know them by and use the proper name on screen. I want to start this now so that it is a continuous method through the series. So I, for example, will say the Ice Staff, but on screen it will say Ul's Arrow, as I'm referring to the best version of these weapons now that we are managing elemental upgrades and different variations of weapons like with the Blundergat. I will not be separately ranking a base staff and its upgraded version. I will also not be separately ranking the Blundergat and the Sweeper. These weapons will be classified as one and be ranked based on their best situation. With all of that out of the way, I do believe we can get started. For our worst spot, the number 11 spot, there's only one thing it could ever be, and that's the jet gun. The jet gun is simply the worst weapon that Black Ops 2 has in it. Building the jet gun is a slow, torturous process of waiting on the bus alongside still having to run through the fog and denizens, or if you ignore the bus altogether, you still have a ton of fog running and denizens to deal with. Either way you do it, it's not fun to complete. Then you get it and it isn't even that good. It pulls you towards the zombies into the horde you're fighting. Also, it can and will break. Sure, you can fiddle with it, make it last forever, but it is such a slow recharge rate that it's not even worth it. Don't waste your time building it and don't risk your life using it. Thank goodness they brought it back and made it better in Liberty Falls. The number 10 spot goes to the ray gun. If you've watched my previous ranking video, and if you watch the ones that follow this video, you're going to get used to hearing this sentiment a lot. The ray gun is iconic and fun, but it becomes useless quickly and falls off a cliff. It stays in zombies forever because it's synonymous with the zombies franchise, but we are a long ways away from the time where it's really good, so for now, it's fun, but not good at all. Our number 9 spot belongs to the Blundergat. The Blundergat without any special upgrades is nothing to write home about. A shotgun that fires and reloads 4 barrels at one time is a cool concept for sure, but it doesn't play out strong in the game. Even when you make it into the Sweeper, it doesn't do a ton for it. It can now fire twice before reloading, which is nice, and it does more damage. But even in this gameplay, you can see it is making crawlers before round 20. It could certainly do with more damage on its side, but one good thing for it is that it doesn't damage the player like the other crawler machine that is the ray gun. Better than the ray gun, but leaves much to be desired. Our number 8 spot is the Wind Staff. The name of the game with the Wind Staff is ammo economy. The Wind Staff's ammo economy is down bad, as the kids may say. Charge shots take all 6 that are loaded, and you won't get to do that many times. It is powerful, but the rate at which you go through ammo takes away from its viability to a large degree in my eyes, and that's why it stays low on this list, even though it is strong. Number 7 is the Lightning Staff. I do like the Lightning Staff, but for the work to build it, it isn't that worth it for me. It does decent damage and can stun groups of zombies, which is nice, but it is a crawler machine quite often that is far from the best staff. But it having a lot of ammo helps keep it floating just above the Wind Staff at 7. Number 6 is the Raygun Mark II. The Raygun Mark II came into Black Ops 2 with so much hype behind it, and I believe it delivered. A new take on a classic weapon that improved it in many ways. It is a stronger weapon, it has a higher ammo capacity, and it doesn't damage the player using it. It is a fun weapon to use, and one that I always enjoy getting out of the box, no matter which map I'm on. Number 5 is the Paralyzer. The Paralyzer is one of the wackiest wonder weapons Zombies has ever had. It brings great character to it through its visual design, audio design, and function. It has infinite ammo, which is actually feasible to use, unlike the jet gun, and it generates a slowing field that also damages enemies. It drops off and you won't kill zombies late into the game, but when it is killing zombies, it is a great time. Oh, also, you can fly with it.
Oh, they fly now! They fly now! They fly now!
It is a great wonder weapon top to bottom for its fun factor and use. It is especially helpful in multiplayer settings where one player pulses the paralyzer and conserves ammo while the other does the bulk of the damage to the slowed zombies. It doesn't stay lethal super late into the game, but its other uses and fun keep it as a well-regarded wonder weapon. Number 4 is the Acid Gat. Now this is how you make the Blunder Gat into something special. In this form, it will fire in 3-round bursts and shoot out acidic pellets that have a delay before exploding. Even better is that in its pack-a-punch vitriolic withering state, it will distract zombies and lure them to the explosions. It is a very strong wonder weapon for being able to do damage and distract. It also has a healthy ammo capacity. Eventually, it is more useful for luring zombies into the acid trap, but it has plenty of ammo to do that, meaning it remains useful even though it's not directly doing a ton of damage. Moving into the top 3, we have the Fire Staff. I always used the Fire Staff more when playing Origins way back in the day. People wanted the Ice Staff, and I liked the Fire, so I just rolled with it. Its placement here may be inflated by my personal views, but it is my list, so I'm rolling with it. It creates a strong area of damage on the ground that is effective against zombies, and the staff is also great for panzers, which is helpful. It looks and sounds cool. Seeing the lava bubbling up where you shot the charged shot is neat, and it is effective, so it makes the top 3. Our number 2 spot is the Ice Staff, and there really isn't a lot to say about this weapon. The Ice Staff is the best staff for its ease of use and survivability. It is also pretty easy to upgrade, so it has it going for that as well. It creates a snow vortex to slow and kill zombies, which it does well. This is the go-to for players on Origins, and it is a great wonder weapon. A wonder weapon that is a safety blanket is always going to be better than other ones, and this one is certainly a safety blanket with its vortex. Our number 1 spot really isn't going to be a surprise with the Sliquifier. The Sliquifier is an impeccable weapon. It is a completely vile design where the stock of the gun is a foot. I guess for those with a foot fetish it's perfect, but for the rest of us, it's wild. The gun looks weird, it sounds weird, it leaves purple goo everywhere, and even with all of that said, it is the best thing that this game has to offer. It is a tight race at the top, but the Sliquifier is so good that it makes its case for being up here at 1. Die Rise as a map would easily be one of the worst maps of all time without the Sliquifier. Having this wonder weapon at very least gives people a reason to suffer through the map to enjoy its wonder weapon. The design of this weapon also seems counterintuitive to the map it's on. You can slip and be thrown off the map by your own wonder weapon. But if you know how to properly and safely use it, the Sliquifier is easily the best wonder weapon in Black Ops 2. That covers Black Ops 2, and it is exciting to see the mode evolve as we move through these games. It's not often that I sit here and play chronologically through. I did for my ranking all maps, I'm doing it again for this, but prior to that I hadn't just sat down and played through the games, so it's fun to see it through this lens again. The maps get more complex, the wonder weapons get crazier and more fun. They introduce the elemental paths for wonder weapons that has become a staple since Origins. Each game is a stepping stone to the next, and now with that, we will be stepping to Black Ops 3 the next time I upload for this series. For now, that's all I've got. If you enjoyed, leave a like, a comment, or subscribe. Farewell, until next time.